Yeah. Hello? 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 It's the Above It All show, everybody. Above It All program for April. It's April. Doing a show here today on April. In and on April. Which is today. Welcome to the Above It All program. I'm here to do a news-based program. This is based in the news. This is what we do here, and by we, I mean me. This is a one-person operation. You know, you ever see those fucking streamers and those YouTubers and those fucking, content creators? Yeah, remember that one? I'm fucking shocked that phrase has stuck as long as it has. If anyone is shopping around for an alternative, I support you. But has anyone seen these content creators that, they maybe have a producer? They have an editor. They're a bunch of, in other words, they're a bunch of lazy fuckers. Hey, anyone with a producer? Lazy. Editor? Lazy. Just saying. And then they never pay their editors. They're like, well, I'm going to pay you an exposure. You ever see this shit? I'm going to pay you an exposure to do free labor for me? Anyway, if anyone wants to become my editor, I will give you $0. You have to work for free. Hit me up. But anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. This is the Above It All program. And it's a show. I mean, it's a show. And I'm doing it. And we got some news here. I'm doing some news. And we got Max the dog is here. Hey, Max, how's it going? He's a little busy. He's got something. Max, what you got? Oh, you got a tennis ball. As you can see, tennis ball dog. Doing a program today. Today is... What is today? I don't even know. Today is a day where I wake up and do a bunch of drugs. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And so, speaking of drugs, hold up. Got to get my dose. Everybody, I did a stream last night on my twitch.tv account. I am working on another Doom WOD. I know. Got a lot of Doom fans that watch my political program here. Working on another Doom WOD, so to all the Doomers out there, you have something else to look forward to. This is going to be not a challenge one, like my previous one, but a little bit more old school, a little more classic. So, stay tuned for more information on that one. Speaking of video games that no one else likes but me, I'm working on getting 1,000 subscribers on my speedrunning channel so that I can get monetized. So help me out. I would like another stream of income. It would be cool. Obviously, I'm not going to make that much money on there, but still, if you want to help me out, it's free to subscribe. It's free. It's a YouTube channel, so subscribe. Think of it as a roundabout way of giving me money without actually spending any money. So subscribe over there, and there you go. So. We're doing a show here today, though. I got one hell of a show to do. I mean, it's not that, I don't want to overstate it. This is going to be like one of those run-of-the-mill shows. Run-of-the-mill show, everybody. Nothing special. And that kind of stuff. So, but subscribe to my other channel if you like, Doom, or if you don't like Doom. I don't, whatever. I don't really care. Anyway, so we got a show. Doing a program. I really want to start today's program. I want to start today's program with, again, we live in the Twilight Zone. I just want everybody to understand what is the Twilight Zone. I have it on Blu-ray. So I'm getting into the Twilight Zone again for the first time since I was a kid. But Twilight Zone. What is that? What does it evoke? What kind of emotion that comes to your mind when you think of Twilight Zone? If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch. I'm talking about the original Rod Serling. Gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Banger. It's fuck. I mean, as far as like the time period it was produced in, wow. I mean, it's still prescient today. Anyway, I know. But Twilight Zone, it's mystery. It's confusion. That's a big theme of the Twilight Zone. Confusion. Like, gaslighting is another big theme, you know? Like, worlds are created, people that don't fit in the world, everyone else is weird but me. That kind of vibe, okay? There's just mystery, confusion, gaslighting. That's a huge fact, a part, rather, of the Twilight Zone. And so, we live in that universe. I want everyone to understand, Rod Serling may have been a time traveler. It's interesting, he died so young. Did he really die, or did he go back to the future, right? Where did he get these ideas? Well, check this one out. Coachella festival goers suffering from festival flu. The symptoms and how to prevent it. If I had like the Twilight Zone theme song, I would have pressed the button right there. We are in the middle of year 4 of a pandemic that has killed millions and millions of people. A pandemic, a worldwide pandemic that has killed and is continuing to kill millions of people. Let me read this again. Coachella festival goers suffering from festival flu. The symptoms and how to prevent it. Well, first of all, I've got news. This is my opinion. I know it may seem harsh, but I've had enough of your shit. So fuck off. If you go to Coachella, I hope your festival flu is extremely dangerous. I hope you go to the hospital. I hope that you have a horrible, horrible time. Now, do I hope that you die? No. But I hope you suffer. I hope that you have the most excruciating pain. I hope you get long COVID. I pray to God that you get long COVID and have 5, maybe 6 years of debilitating disability, because then maybe you'll learn a fucking lesson. There is an ongoing pandemic where, now again, the latest vaccine, only 16% of Americans got the latest vaccine, the one that's actually tailored to the variants that were ongoing. That means 84% of this country are anti-vaxxers. That's insane. That's insane. This is a Twilight Zone type situation, folks. If you're going to conventions, to festivals, you gotta wear a mask at the very fucking least. Like, I mean, seriously, I'm not saying you can't leave the house. If you're healthy, whatever that means, and you're healthy for now, leave the house, but take fucking precautions. Eat a good diet, rich in vitamins. You know, eat fiber so that your immune system doesn't have to deal with inflammation in your intestinal lining. You know, get a booster if you haven't gotten your booster, which 84% of you haven't. If you're going to a fucking festival or a large concert or a convention or whatever, you have to fucking take it seriously. Again, Twilight Zone, a free $0, 0 cents, free, safe, effective vaccine. 84% of the country said, nah, fuck that shit. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of fucking needles, and I've gotten every single one of these so far. Right? So, again, this shit is insane. I really, let me use a little bit of a metaphor here. Imagine you're sitting in a room, right? You get served a cupcake. Damn, I love cupcakes. Right? You lick the frosting off. You go like, you know how everyone eats cupcakes like I do. You lick all the frosting off and then you throw the cake away. But imagine, all right, the person that served you the cupcake says, hey, by the way, The frosting, it was poisoned. You're going to die in 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes to live. And then they say, here is a pill. Swallow the pill. It's an antidote. It will save your life. And they put the pill on the table in front of you. And then you look at the pill, you stare at it, and then die from the poison. That's this country. That's this country. They are purposefully, without any reason or logic, poisoning themselves. And then the solution is right fucking there. Now imagine you're served this cupcake. And imagine the person who served it to you told you in advance, this shit is fucking poisoned. I threw fucking like anthrax and cyanide, whatever, into that cupcake. If you even take one bite, you will die in 10 minutes. And then you fucking take the bite and you go... And then they give you the antidote, put it on the table, you stare at it, and then you die. Right? I mean, seriously? I got spit in my hair. Seriously, we are living in a fucking insane fucking timeline. The Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone. I really can't think of another term or phrase that accurately describes the situation. Now, again, nobody is saying you can't ever leave the house. Personally, I have chosen not to leave the house because, again, it is a risk. But I'm not saying, but again, it's like, if it's raining, bring a motherfucking umbrella. What the fuck is this auto-playing bullshit? Get the fuck out of here, local news. Anyway, let's read this fucking article here. Coachella, California. Thousands of San Diegans will head to the desert for the second weekend of Coachella Music and Arts Festival, but many will be bringing back a sickness known as festival flu. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't really know what Coachella is. I know it's some festival. It's some trust fund baby shit as far as I'm concerned. So imagine this. You go to a festival. You get sick. And you go back to the festival. Don't wear a mask. It's too itchy. Oh, it's too itchy. And you fucking scream. An airborne virus in a deadly fucking pandemic that has killed millions of people, and you're going to go to a music festival and scream. Now, you know what's also pretty insane? And you might know this already. There's no mention of COVID in this entire article. There's no mention of COVID. Not a single mention. Look for it. Look for it. Look for it. I know. I'm going to read you the whole article just to prove to you there's not a single fucking goddamn motherfucking mention of the chief virus in a deadly pandemic that is killing millions of people. Not even a passing mention. Not even a mention. They're not even talking about it at all. Not even saying, well, people think it could be COVID, but there's no proof. Not something, literally not even mentioned at all. Let's read. Okay. It was hard to breathe because of the heat and dust, for sure. Imagine not wearing a mask just for the fucking dust, the sand. I'd wear a mask just so sand doesn't get in my fucking lungs. But these people are fucking insane, right? Okay? They're insane. And also, they're dumb. And I actively pray. I don't believe in God, but I want to evoke that kind of messaging. I pray that they get sick, they get hospitalized, and they suffer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you walk into traffic and you get hit by a car, now unless you're suicidal and you're trying to kill yourself, I mean, what the fuck were you thinking? What the fuck were you thinking? Wow. Nanetti couldn't miss out on one of the biggest music festivals in the world. It was very exciting. It was the first time for me, and we had so much fun. However, after spending 3 days in the desert, she began experiencing cold-like symptoms. The first day during the festival, I was feeling fine. I just started feeling like having a cough. The next morning, we all woke up with a cough that stayed with us all day until after the festival was over on Sunday. Oh my god. I'm at the point where I haven't seen the source material, but I colloquially have picked up via context clues, I think, what this term would evoke. I'm going Joker mode on this. Now, again, I haven't seen any single Batman movie. I want to watch the Nolan ones. I haven't seen a single one. But people, I think this is hilarious, and I actively wish for these people to suffer. I hope that this person cannot attend the second weekend. I hope that this person is in the hospital, because how else will they learn a lesson? People are so fucking goddamn motherfucking goddamn stupid that they don't learn a lesson unless they have to deal with some really life-threatening shit. Because people don't just pick up a book and read new information and make a life change. They have to actually, it's like you get into a car crash and then you weren't wearing your seatbelt, and then you learn, oh wow, maybe seatbelts are actually not that bad. So, Jesus fucking Christ. According to experts, she's not alone. The post-festival illness affects a large percentage of people who go. Dr. Abisola Alulaid at Sharp Reese Steely says one of the primary reasons is the festival's location. We see a lot of particulate matter from the dust, and of course, that is linked to climate change. We're going to talk about climate change, but not COVID. Okay. I mean, this is like, again, talk about virtue signaling, Like, this is fucking good. All right, we're going to talk about climate change, but not COVID. Okay. The nearby Salton Sea, which is California's largest lake, is one of the main contributors to air quality in the region. The lake has been shrinking in size over the past decades, leaving behind a host of problems. As it dries out, it forms a layer of sediment and dust. Particles can travel for long distances and inhaled by those who live nearby. Yo, people are so fucking stupid that they see a fucking sandstorm, they see clouds of dust, and they're so fucking stupid that they don't put a mask on because they're so propagandized. Right? They're so propagandized and they're so fucking dumb. These are fucking toddlers, dude. I mean, I don't even, no disrespect to toddlers. I think toddlers are more intelligent than the average American, because at least toddlers don't know any better. They're still learning about the world, Imagine. This is like fucking using a blowtorch without one of those face shields. You ever see people that use blowtorches and shit? They start welding, they put on the face shield. Yeah, how about, I'm just gonna blow, imagine, right, I got a piece of metal, I'm holding it in my hand, no glove, right, no glove, but I'm holding a piece of metal in my hand, and I get the blowtorch, and I put it right in front of my face. Oh no, I went blind, and I burned my hand. Like, whoa! But again, the dumbest motherfuckers, man. The dumbest motherfuckers. The dumbest fuckface fuck motherfuckity fucks on the planet fuck. This isn't even planet Earth anymore. This is planet fuck, okay? And not in the good dick kind of fuck, alright? Wow. When you're at Coachella, you're getting... And by the way, why don't we move the location? I know, this is another thing. No, it has to be in this specific location. Right, there could be a nuclear bomb that would go off, and this place would be like Chernobyl, and they'd still say, let's get on out and go! Like, it has to be here? It has to? You can't do that shit somewhere else? Go to Wyoming, for Christ's sake. There's plenty of space in Wyoming. But no. Oh! Alright. When you're at Coachella, you're getting all of this in your sinuses, you're getting it in your lungs, and really these flying particles that are smaller than a strand of hair and that can cause a lot of irritation. Olulade says, too much dust can injure and even damage lung cells. You don't fucking say. It can result in respiratory issues such as asthma, allergies, and chronic sinus infections. Failure to stay hydrated and drinking too much alcohol can only make the problem worse if you're headed out this weekend for part 2. Be sure to drink some water and consider I love this. Consider. Consider. Again, dude, consider. Like, that's medical malpractice, man. I mean, this doctor needs to have their license revoked. I know. Doctors that are... If you're a doctor who's facing the public and you're afraid of the public, you shouldn't be lending your credibility to be quoted in articles. Consider wearing a mask. Consider. Jesus fucking Christ. So anyway, again, no mention of COVID here. No mention of COVID whatsoever in this article. It's climate change. It's dust. It's sand. All of that is true, of course. But COVID, not a chance. No way. No way. Again, the only thing I can think of to accurately describe the hell that we're dealing with is Twilight Zone. Again, there's a phrase, a metaphor that people often use, analogy, whatever it is. The inmates are running the asylum, right? But that is not accurate to our situation. It's more like the inmates built the asylum, and then they got a bunch of guns, and they forced everyone else into the asylum, and then locked all the doors. And now we're like playing like Saw or some shit. That is more accurate of a metaphorical type of language. These fucked up freaks are forcing us at gunpoint to play their stupid fucking game. Because again, what happens if you don't pay rent? Cops with guns show up to your house and kick you out onto the street. You are forced at gunpoint to play this stupid fucking game like you're in a Saw film. And people are just gambling with their lives. Why? Because they're fucking stupid. And the only thing that these dumb motherfuckers give a shit about is their drug addiction. Their drug addiction. I'm not talking about heroin. I'm not talking about alcohol. I'm talking about socialization. You can socialize and you can drink in a healthy way. It's possible. Limit yourself. Drink a lot of water. Similarly, wear a mask. Have smaller gatherings. But you can also socialize in dangerous ways. In extremely dangerous ways. You can drink an entire handle of tequila. And you can go to a festival without a mask on. These people are a bunch of drug-addicted, dumb fuck toddlers. And by the way, it's 84% of the population. So have fun with that one if you're going to Coachella. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you're on your deathbed remembering, like, wow, was Coachella really worth it? As you close your eyes one last time and then wake up 10 years later because you were in a fucking coma and all your family's dead. And it's like 28 days later or some shit. Anyway, fuck them. Fuck them. God damn. 2020, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, 2020 was awesome. 2020 was awesome. Because everyone actually, well, not everyone, but at least Democrats actually acknowledged science is real in 2020. Now, Democrats, liberals, they don't believe in science anymore. They're like, oh, science? A little uncomfortable for me, so. Yeah, I wish we could get 2020 back. Damn, man. 2020 was the best year of this pandemic by far. 2020 was the best year of this pandemic by fucking far, and we didn't know it at the time. That's the thing that's sad about it. We didn't know it at the time. We thought it was hell on earth at the time. We couldn't enjoy it. Think about it. Think about it. At the time, we were scared shitless. But looking back, wow. I wish I could get that fucking vibe back, man. Wow. Nowadays, you're getting forced. Hospitals. are removing mask mandates in hospitals. If I want to go to my doctor's appointment, I have to run the risk of getting COVID just to be allowed to have my prescription renewed. This is something I'm going to have to deal with in the next coming months, by the way, is I need to have a doctor's appointment every 6 months so that I'm allowed to have my prescription renewed because transgender people are crazy. Whoa! So I got to have constant doctor interference for this shit. So I have to run the risk of getting a deadly disease just so that I can continue being alive. How great is this country? So wish me luck. I mean, I got a couple months left until that happens, but Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. The problem, Mila, is I need to get blood work done. Now again, not all hospitals are removing mask mandates, but a lot of them are. And just the fact that you just don't know is just insane. But anyway, I don't want to just talk about COVID today, even though when I do, I get out of control. God damn. Shit drives me nuts. Let's cleanse the palate. Joseph Robinette Biden II, not to be confused with the third. There's a little bit of a malfunction with the third version of Joe Biden. There's like a glitch. Some didn't really go so well. Didn't work out. But the second one, still around, still kicking. It's ancient technology, but Joseph Robinette Biden preparing to announce re-election campaign next week. This is actually a reversal because Joe Biden earlier, like a few weeks ago even, said that it might be a couple months until he announces. And then I guess he got a lot of pushback. So now he's moving up the timeline. Before I get into this one, though, I want to share with you something that I enjoyed. Joe Biden tweeted this on Twitter and has a little bit of a fact check. I love this shit, man. So Joe Biden's going on Twitter. I make no apologies for being the most pro-union president in American history. And then Twitter's got the little fact check. Readers added context. They thought people might want to know. On December 22, President Biden signed a bill to block the railroad union from striking. I mean, this is fucking funny, man. I saw this shit this morning. I was laughing my ass off. But anyway, so shout outs to Joe Biden. President Biden and his team are preparing to announce his re-election campaign next week, with aides finalizing plans to release a video for the president to officially launch his campaign, according to 3 people briefed on the plans. Biden and his aides have targeted Tuesday for the release of the video to coincide with the 4-year anniversary of his 2020 campaign launch. The people briefed on the plans, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss private deliberations, cautioned that the official announcement could be delayed. Yeah, okay. So now that this is in the press, right, there's a good chance that it might actually be delayed. But we'll see. It also could have the opposite effect, where now it's in the press, so now they feel like they have to keep the timeline. Really, it can go either way with these fucking people. And by the way, it's a little cold today, so I got my blanket, so bear with me here, for I am comfy. Biden's top aides have quietly undertaken extensive preparations for the run, holding regular meetings with the president and first lady since last year in the White House residence. Anita Dunn and Jen O'Malley Dillon, 2 of Biden's top advisors, have been overseeing the re-election efforts, including interviewing staff for top roles, while the Democratic National Committee has funded research projects to study the election landscape. The timing of Biden's announcement has been the source of debate, blah, blah, blah. Planned announcement, blah, blah, blah. White House declined to comment, blah, blah, blah. Spokesperson declined to comment! Anyway, there you go. So once again, I just want to say, I know you've heard this spiel, but a majority of Democrats do not want Biden to run again. Joe Biden already said he was going to run as a one-term president. He said he's going to run as a transitional administration. He lied. Again, he said he was the pro-union president. He lied. Joe Biden is a fucking cocksucker, okay? He is a motherfucker. He is, again, I just want to say this much. While we're talking about COVID, Joe Biden is worse than Donald Trump on COVID. Now, again, I'm not going to vote for a Republican. That's never going to happen. But Donald Trump got one of three groups in this country to become anti-science, the Republican Party. What are the three groups? Republicans, Democrats, apolitical. One group. Joe Biden got the second and the third group. Joe Biden, when Joe Biden first got into office, the first vaccine, 70 to 80% uptake. Nowadays, it's the opposite. It has flipped. Again, the latest vaccine, the one that's actually tailored toward the ongoing strains at the time. Strains have evolved a little bit since then, of course. But it's flipped. 80% got the original vaccine. Now 80% refuse vaccines. 80% are anti-vaxxers. Only Joe Biden could have made Democrats turn into anti-vaxxers. Think about it. I'm just saying. Now, again, obviously, I would have voted for Joe Biden. I would still vote for Joe Biden again, knowing what I know now, because Trump is that dangerous. But just think about how insane this shit is, man. This guy is garbage. This guy is garbage. Are we really? And yes, we are. Yes, we are. I mean, I'm voting for Marianne in the primary, right? But I need you to understand. Yes, we are going to have Trump versus Biden round 2, unless one of them has a heart attack, which is totally possible considering their age and health. Both of them are extremely unhealthy. Well, Trump is a lot less healthy than Biden. Biden, relatively healthy, but still, he's fucked up in a lot of ways. But think about it. Think about it. 3 elections in a row with like the least popular people in American politics. Hillary, one of the least popular people in politics, versus Trump, one of the least popular people in politics. Biden, one of the least popular people in politics, versus Trump, one of the least popular people in politics. And now we're about to have a rematch. Now, I just want to say this much. If we are going to have Trump and Biden round 2, can we get a 4th debate this year? Because Trump really fucked us over last time. We only got 2 motherfucking debates last time. Now, again, it's probable that we're not going to get any this year. Let's be honest. But, like, we are owed a 4th debate this cycle. I'm just saying, I want to start this movement. I want to start this fucking petition here. Okay? I want to start this movement. Let's get a fucking change.org, whatever we need to do. 4th fucking debate. We're owed. We are indebted. Or rather, they are indebted. They owe us. They are in debt. Trump has massive debt, and his debt is another debate. So I'm just throwing that one out there. But anyway, Joe Biden's running again, so there you go. I'm drinking water. I'm fucking thirsty as hell. I got really dry mouth for some fucking reason. Anyone know why my mouth is so fucking dry? Jesus. Has that ever happened to anybody? They just wake up and they're like... And then, like, you know, they go about their business, and then all of a sudden, hours later... It's like Coachella in this bitch. It's fucking Coachella in this bitch, let me tell you. Anyway... we're doing a show today. I got a couple more things I want to talk about here, so let's keep going with Joe Biden. There's another thing I want to talk about with Joe Biden. This one's on Axios. You know, Axios, they do that thing where they zoom in, you know, like they have that really creative writing style. I like it. I endorse it. But the content of their articles usually not that good, but they got that zoom in bullshit. So anyway, Axios. Let's check it out. Democratic anxiety emerges over Biden's debt ceiling stance. Now, you read this headline and you're like, it can go one of two ways. Democratic anxiety. Is Joe Biden thinking of taking a deal? By the way, can we talk about this fucked up JFK thing? Like, I'm so sick of seeing these fucking photos of presidents with this fucked up JFK face in the back. It's like some Silent Hill shit. You ever play Silent Hill, man? What the fuck is this? It's everywhere. It's creepy in the background, too. That shit's like some Slender Man-ass motherfucking shit, you know? Just appearing in the background in random photographs. Anyway, whatever. So is Joe Biden going to appease the Nazis? I'm anxious about that. I have anxiety over that. Is Joe Biden going to firmly oppose the Nazis? I have anxiety over that. I don't think he's going to do it. Either way, I'm anxious. But again, so you don't really know. You don't really know where this one could turn. So let's find out. Let's read this shit. Some House Democrats are beginning to question President Biden's refusal to sit down with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy on the debt limit. Oh, wow. Why it matters. It signals that the House Republicans' debt ceiling bill is, at least in part, having the intended effect of serving as the GOP's starting position in debt ceiling negotiations. Biden, in a speech on Wednesday, reacted to the proposal, dismissed Republicans as threatening to default unless I agree to all of these wacko... I love Axios, man. Can we... Shout out to Axios, man. Woo! We're driving. We're driving the news. All right. Centrist Senator Joe Manchin released a statement on Thursday calling for Biden to come to the table. While it is reasonable to sincerely disagree with blah, 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 who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares what Manchin has to say? Who the fuck cares what Manchin has to say? I want to drive this news off a fucking cliff, motherfucker. What we're hearing. I respect the White House position. Rep. Dean P. Hillips told Axios, but not in perpetuity because negotiation, that's what the whole institution is about. Yo, these fucking cucks, dude. These fucking cucks, man. Like, the Nazis are holding the country hostage. Call their bluff. Call their bluff. Come on, call their bluff. What are you, a bitch? You think they're really going to destroy the country? You think this whole China's overtaken us, you think they're going to accelerate that timeline? Now, I do. I think they are going to. But, again, let them do it. Let them do it. Economic depression, I'm ready. Let them do it. Because if you don't, it's appeasement. And they're going to ask for more. And they're going to keep asking for more until the concentration camps are built. So I say, let them torpedo this country into an economic depression we've never seen before. Let China overtake us as the world's sole superpower. And let the Republican Party take all the blame. That's my opinion. And I have anxiety that Joe Biden will not let them do that. We're going to have to negotiate, said Rep. Haley Stevens. We obviously want to move away from just legislating by crisis. I'm encouraging continued negotiations. You live in this guy's district, vote him out in the next primary. There's something now to react to, Stevens said of the debt ceiling bill. And although I don't like what I'm reacting to, I'm glad there's something to react to. Yo, this guy literally is a reactionary, man. This guy is like, I'm a proud reactionary. I don't even like reacting, but as long as I'm reacting to something, it's good dang go. What the fuck? Like, seriously, okay. I'm talking about, like, okay, politician speak. This is some fuck motherfuck of some politician speak. Let me read this again. There is something now to react to, and although I don't like what I'm reacting to, I'm glad there is something to react to. What the fuck? I'm sorry, man. Okay. Let's try this again. There is something now to react to. And although I don't like what I'm reacting to, I'm glad that there is something to react to. That's a new one. I'm going to be honest. I've seen a lot of fucked up politicians speak. I've seen a lot of fucked up, like, question dodging. But this one, wow. I mean, that's impressive. I'm not going to lie. That's impressive. All right. The other side. It is unclear to me why we're still waiting for Republicans to actually put their budget into the public domain. Not talking points, not speeches. A budget. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said at a press conference on Thursday, once they have a budget, I think we're all willing to sit down and have a conversation about spending priorities. Rep. Annie Kuster, unfortunate name, the chair of the moderate New Democrats coalition, argued that the GOP efforts to roll back funds from the American Rescue Plan and Inflation Reduction Act should be non-negotiable. Okay, I mean, that... Most Democrats who spoke to Axios were still highly critical of the bill's contents, blah, blah, blah. The bottom line, we're not zooming in? What the fuck? I thought we were going to zoom in. Yo, Axios loves zooming in. They fucked me out of this one. Anyway. So... here's the question I have for my audience. Do you all think Joe Biden is going to stand his ground and stay firm? Or do you think he's going to buckle and appease the Nazis as they destroy our government? I mean, they're going to destroy it either way. Unless you call their bluff and they somehow don't actually do it, which that's the best case scenario, but still. Anyway, I got a little bit of anxiety over this one. But at least there's something to react to. It's a goddamn show. We're doing a goddamn show. We're doing a goddamn show here at showindustries.com.org. Everyone. I have an announcement to make. The show is not over yet. We got more. All right. File this one in the category of, well, let me take a sip of coffee real quick and let the clock go for an additional couple seconds here. All right. Is that 7:13? What's the guideline now? Anyway, file this under the category of some fucked up motherfucking bullshit. Trans lawmaker silenced by Montana House Speaker as legislature debates gender-affirming care ban? Montana's House Speaker refused to allow a transgender lawmaker to speak on a bill Thursday, 2 days after a conservative group of lawmakers deliberately misgendered her and called for her to be censured for emotional testimony against a bill seeking to ban gender-affirming care for transgender youth. It is up to me to maintain decorum here on the House floor and to protect the dignity and integrity. You ever see these motherfuckers, man? Dignity and integrity while we debate annihilating entire minority groups. But please, the decorum. The decorum. Yo, fascists love decorum, though, like, for real. I mean, like, look through, like, if you, like, get any sort of, like, photography book or, you know, you can just look them up on the internet of images of the peak of Nazi power in Germany. They had, I'm serious, man, these motherfuckers knew symmetry. They knew fashion. They knew how to evoke emotion. That's why they built all these sculptures with these sharp signals and symbols and the color contrast. They love decorum. These motherfuckers love dressing up in their fancy suits as they annihilate entire minority populations. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. We need decorum and dignity, everybody. Rager said he decision. Good one. Good one, PBS.org. Good job. Rager said he decision came after multiple discussions with other lawmakers that previously there had been similar problems. The Democratic caucus objected, but the House Rules Committee upheld Rager's decision on a party line vote. As a result, Rep. Zooey Zephyr, by the way, that's a great name, Zooey Zephyr. I'm all in on that. Was not allowed to speak Thursday on a measure that would put a binary definition of male and female into state code. Like, the thing about this, there really is, like, I struggle with this because I know how to speak the English language. One of my favorite things to learn about is I like to learn new words. I like to learn grammar. I like to learn definitions. Right? And the problem with Republicans is like, okay, what the fuck does this have to do with a binary definition of male and female? Like, how is that in opposition to transitioning? Now, again, binary definitions of male and female, that's stupid bullshit. We know that, right? But let's imagine for a moment, how does that refute transitioning? If someone transitions from one to another, that's still a binary system, right? So, like, but again, obviously these people, they're not very smart. They don't really understand science. They don't really understand English. They don't know really what words mean. The issue came to a head when Zephyr, a Democrat and the first transgender woman to hold a position in the Montana legislature, told lawmakers on Tuesday they would have blood on their hands if they voted in favor of a bill to ban gender-affirming medical care for minors. She had made similar comment when the bill was debated in the House the first time. House Majority Leader Sue Vinton rebuked Zephyr on Tuesday, calling her comments inappropriate and disrespectful and uncalled for. It's disrespectful. Everybody? It's disrespectful. You know these dumb motherfuckers, by the way, back on the binary thing. These dumb motherfuckers, they really think. You ever talk to one of these people? Sex is binary. You know, you got male, you got female, and, it is possible, yeah, sure, some people are mutants, they got intersex mutants, but it's still binary. You ever, they don't know what the word binary means. You ever see, there was this fucking video I saw, Matt Walsh or whatever was trying to define what binary was, and then asked about, intersex people, and he was like, well, it's still binary. What? Do you not know what binary means? Computers operate in a binary code system. You know what would happen if there was a 2% chance that a 0 or a 1 could be a 2? You know what would happen? We wouldn't have computers. Because it's a binary fucking system! There is no such thing as a third option, mutation or not, in a binary motherfucking system. That doesn't exist. It's not real. Okay? It's not real. If there is more than 2, it is not binary. By definition. Ah! They don't know what words mean, man. These dumb motherfuckers. It is disheartening that the Montana Freedom Caucus would stoop so low as to misgender me in their letter, further demonstrating their disregard for the dignity and humanity of transgender individuals. Zephyr said in a statement Wednesday, their call for civility and respect is hypocritical given their actions. Zephyr said Wednesday that she stood by what she said Tuesday of the devastating consequences of banning essential medicine for transgender youth. The gender-affirming care ban is part of an alarming trend of anti-trans legislation in our state, which includes a dozen unconstitutional bills. These bills ban our art forms, our stories, our healthcare, and our very existence in Montana code. She also spoke emotionally and directly to transgender Montanans in February in opposing a bill to ban minors from attending drag shows. I have one request for you. Please stay alive. And you know what that means? It means get the fuck out of Montana. That's what that means. She also assured them she and others would keep fighting to challenge the bills in court. The legislature has also passed a bill stating a student misgendering or dead naming a fellow student is not illegal discrimination unless it rises to the level of bullying. Yo, again, the words, like these people literally, words. Now, again, you might not know this, but I am very autistic, right? And so when I obsess over the English language, again, it pains me in an emotional sense to see people who speak English that don't actually know the language. I know people who were born in fucking Europe and they speak fucking better English than the average Republican. I know people that were born in South America and they speak English better than the average American. What the fuck? The legislature has also passed a bill stating a student misgendering or dead naming a fellow student is not illegal discrimination unless it rises to the level of bullying. So bullying a student is not illegal unless it's bullying. Like what? What? But again, these motherfuckers are crazy. And I ask all the liberals, the Democrats out there, obviously not including Zooey Zephyr, of course. She's actually doing something. But I'm talking about national Democrats. I'm talking about Democratic officials, people that work within the Democratic Party, campaign people. I'm talking about liberals, voters. Are you going to do anything about this? Are you going to do anything about it? We can't do it on our own. Transgender people are 0.6% of the population. There are more intersex people than there are transgender people. Intersex people, last time I checked, are about 1.1% of the population. So I ask you this. Are these so-called allies going to do anything? I mean, I think everyone already knows the answer for that one, so shout outs to the real ones, though. But anyway, some fucked up bullshit going on in Montana. That's my show for today as far as news goes. If anyone wants to cock and Q-cock questions, comments, or concerns, queries, if you will. Comments or concerns are now in effect, so just post a Q if you got them, or a cock if you want. I mean, post your Q, post your cock, whatever. AI is writing these articles. God damn it. I hope. I mean, because that's a lot better than humans. But that is technically a quote from the legislature, so factor that in. Oh, man. Just got here. What did I miss? Well, you missed the whole fucking show, buddy. Is anyone doing anything for Earth Day? Yeah, I'm going to go to the moon on Earth Day. You'll be 21 soon. What should you do? Well, if you're asking me for alcohol recommendations, I can provide them. But what should you do? I don't know. Try some whiskey, smoke a blunt, and play Minecraft. That's my recommendation. Awesome show. I appreciate you still talking about COVID. It really, I get triggered very easily, but again, I know Tyler especially is getting a little antsy in the chat. I have given up on this world. I mean, and it's possible I'll change my mind, but I have given up on the world. So that's just my perspective now at this point. I just have no hope. And it's possible something could happen for me to have hope when it comes to politics, right? I have narrow bands of hope, like unions are doing pretty well, that kind of stuff. But I mean, I just, the idea, like for real, like before the COVID pandemic, I And now I know, looking back. Dumbass! Dumb fuck! Stupid fucking bitch! But okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. In 2019, 2020, when I was in the, campaigning for Bernie Sanders, I actually thought that young people were progressive and cared. I actually thought that Americans liked universal health care. I'm not going to lie to you. I genuinely believed it. I genuinely believed that Americans actually wanted good things and it was just corruption that was the only issue. But the COVID pandemic has fundamentally changed that worldview of mine. It's not only that Americans want good things, but corruption stands in the way. It's Americans don't actually want good things, but Americans also want bad things, and they don't give a fuck about anything at all. Again, I actually believed 70% of Americans wanted a universal healthcare system. I believed it. I don't believe that anymore. After seeing 80% of this country refuse the trial run at free healthcare, a free, safe, effective vaccine, free. Imagine a world where the DSA and every left-wing organization did a national campaign, canvassing. Imagine, right? The DSA, Bernie Sanders, the Squad, all progressive organizations in the country. They did massive fundraising campaigns and did door-knocking canvassing to tell people that there was a vaccine and to give people accurate information on the vaccine. But no, DSA is abolishing mask mandates. So I've given up. I used to think that the left-wing movement in this country wasn't that powerful, but it had potential. I no longer believe that. Fundamentally, I don't believe that. The left wing in this country is dead. If it ever existed, if it was ever alive at any point, it's dead. It's dead. It's not dying. It's dead. It was dying a couple years ago, but now it's dead. There is no left in this country. There are individuals that may have left-wing politics, but there is no left movement. It's gone. It's dead. Fundamentally. So, anyway, yeah, that's why I still talk about COVID, because it blows my mind that other people don't. So, but yeah, I have given up. Can Fridays be the Andrea drinks day and we do an extended video? I do that on Twitch, Soul Life. But I know you don't like Twitch because you redeemed a timeout or something and you're dumb and that but I do that on Twitch sometimes. I haven't really been doing that much. But reminder to follow me on twitch.tv and also subscribe to my other YouTube channel. I want to get monetized. I need more money. Help me out. It's a free donation. You spend nothing, I get money. So subscribe to my Doom channel. All right, let me catch up on other possible cues. I may have missed a couple because I was ranting and raving again. Tyler does one of those things. I'm going to guess you hit the blunt. That's my guess. In 500 years, the world will be wonderful. I'm not going to lie to you, though. I don't give a fuck. I care about my life and the quality of my life, and that's it. The lives around me, my family, my friends, my colleagues, loved ones, Max the dog. That's all I give a shit about at this point. So yeah, 500 years from now, hell yeah. Unless I get that life extension, which I'm planning on it. One of my major life goals is to find a way to make enough money to get life extension. Is there any use going over what we already know? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, I also like to have a fundamental part of my show about self-improvement, you know? I don't think many other left-wing shows do that. I want people to eat healthy. I want people to take individual action in their personal lives to make their individual lives better. I personally think that's the only way you can achieve communism, is individual action. I know. People might out there who are like theory nerds that are fundamentalists, you know, like religious people that are, you know, the people like the Marxist religious people, you know, they would get triggered by that. But as far as America is concerned, I genuinely, because people, when, you know, as George Carlin said, when you get people in groups, right, that's where things go fucked up. When people start organizing into groups, all hope is lost. So that, I actually believe that. I have learned that lesson from the last 4 years. Groups, that's actually not good. I personally think individual action, it's a long road, but again, it's the butterfly effect. If you can touch one person in your life, and they can touch one person in their life, and maybe sometimes someone will hit two, it might become exponential, right? I think that is an effective way of achieving change. I really do. Because people are more amenable to learning new things when it's friends or family. People are more amenable to making change when it's friends or family than if it's a stranger on the internet or someone knocking on your door asking you to sign a petition or, you know, that kind of stuff. People, they care about people that are close to them more, and they care about what they have to say more. And I personally feel like that at this moment in time is the only vehicle. And I'm willing to argue that and be convinced otherwise. But I thought Obama would bring real change. Yeah, that's just this slightly older version of what I went through. But yeah. I mean, hey, at least Obama got elected. I mean, come on. Like, at least you got to see what he was all about. Bernie never even got a chance, you know, so unfortunate. On the bright side, Judge, Janine, Anna Navarro, and Dan Bongino lost their jobs. Yo, that's nice. I gotta look into that one. Yeah, I saw the Dominion thing settled, which is a little unfortunate in my opinion, but still. What was it, like 700 mil? I think. Move to Massachusetts. Or not. Thank you for the invite, but I might not. By the way, there are cities in Massachusetts. I believe it's, I want to say Cambridge is one of them. I don't remember what the other one, that have decriminalized psychedelic drugs. So if you're in or around Massachusetts, look it up. I know that there's like one or two, or two or three, I should say. I know there's at least two cities in Massachusetts that have decriminalized magic mushrooms. So hit that up. May I promo Cult of Dusty show tonight at 9 p.m. East. You're only allowed to promote other people's shows if you promote my show in their chat. That's my deal. That's the deal. So, Bob, I want you to ask Cult of Dusty. And I know Cult of Dusty. I've known Cult of Dusty. Well, I don't know him personally, I should say, but I know of that guy. You ask him if you can advertise my show, and it's all good, okay? I've never spoken to the guy, but I've seen him around for a long time. He's an OG YouTuber. That guy's been around for a while. Long while. I remember seeing that guy like fucking when this site started almost. I don't really know what he's up to nowadays, though, to be honest. Many on the left have been brainwashed into believing that nuclear power is clean and carbon-free. Yeah, my thing with nuclear power is I believe, especially like the thorium technology, it could theoretically be good in the future, but it isn't good now. And I also don't trust motherfuckers to actually get us there, you know? Like, in a fantasy world, right, in the sci-fi books, I'm all in. Let's use nuclear and thorium and sci-fi. You know, that's all good. As we are right now, oh God, nightmare. Yo, Jervas, I posted the other YouTube channel and you're still like 5 minutes later, you have another YouTube channel? Bro, come on. So I linked it in the chat. Dogs. Hair looks great. Thank you, thank you. You have friends now? I'm just talking about hypothetically. Yeah, there's this like... I just read Tyler's message. I prefer that, honestly. Self-improvement. IMO is the most radical thing one can do. I agree with that. I do. But there's this reflexive... Because, like, Republicans do, like, the individualism meme, but they don't actually offer good advice. It's just, like, a way to sell supplements that they, like, you know, that aren't actually what they're selling, you know? Like... They'll sell like a supplement, but it's like a capsule full of like fucking oregano and like a microgram of like the thing that's on the bottle name, right? Like, so there's a lot of really awful individualistic advice, but that leaves a fucking hole, you know? It leaves a goddamn hole. And, you know what we're supposed to do with holes around these parts? Why don't you read up on nuclear power? I've read a little bit about it. Feel free to send me any information. I don't agree. We need collective action. Yeah, we need that. But how do you get collective action? How do you achieve collective action? Because we can't. We've tried and we failed. We can't. I don't know, man. If there's no left, how is there left-wing media? There's left-wing media because there are individual leftists. I mean, there's no movement that is leftist. Canvassing is good when it works. But the problem is, think about it this way. Okay. How many times? Think about it, New Year resolution. Think about it in the context of New Year resolution. How many times have you or someone you know of committed to a New Year's resolution and then gave up in the first 2 weeks? So you can have a great conversation with somebody in a canvassing situation, and they can seem amenable to the ideas. They can say, okay, yeah, I'll vote for this guy, or, oh, that's interesting. But what we need is a lifestyle change for every single person in this country. We need a complete overhaul of our lifestyle. We need to stop eating shitty food. Why? It makes us dumber. Sugar reduces our IQ. Sugar reduces the ability for us to think properly. 95% of Americans are addicted to sugar. That's just one step, right? But how many, like, my point here is that in order to affect actual significant change, we need lifestyle movements, right? We need not people to take a pamphlet and maybe glance at it or leave it on the table and look at it 4 weeks later and throw it in the trash, right? We need people to genuinely be inspired to actively change their situation and the people around them. And you can achieve that with canvassing. Absolutely. And that it is possible. But consider, instead of, I'm not, you know, if you like canvassing, that's what you're good at. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But consider the idea that you join a club around a hobby. Like a fucking sewing club, whatever it is. Movie club. Media is good. Art and media, really good. Right? Imagine you join a movie club. People are really kind of apolitical, whatever. And you like kind of suggest them films that have like left-wing values, but it's not like super, you can move a lot of people that way. Through, developing friendships, showing them other perspectives in a way that opens their mind. So that's just my opinion. That's what I'm, as a YouTuber, that's my realm, where I'm at right now. I want people to watch my show. This is my goal. I want people to watch my program and make significant individual change that reverberates through their entire social network, right? So if I can change one person and they can start eating better, they can start saving money from eating better, because it's more expensive to eat garbage. It is more expensive to eat garbage. I know garbage food is cheaper, but you eat more of it. You eat more of it, and you buy more of it, and you're addicted, even though it's cheaper. You can save money, right? I want people to read. I want people to find a book on a subject you've never even thought of studying and learn about it. I really want people to make individual significant change, And I don't know how you can do that in a canvassing situation. And it's possible, yes, right? But it's like, it's the needle in the haystack, right? That's my thing. You're interviewing David Sirota on Monday night. When I bet I can work in a Nick Cage. Oh, you got to get Nick Cage in there. I mean, I just assume you get Nick Cage into every conversation. Anyway, I gotta catch up here. Oh, you're going to give Cult of Dusty a super chat and not me. All right, Bob. Well, tell Dusty that there are open invitation on my show or vice versa if you're at it. Hanging Thief says, I love psychedelics, but I think the push to decriminalize and promote their use has to do with some MK Ultra type shit. There's two factions that are promoting psychedelics. There's one, the Peter Thiel libertarian investor people that want to make a lot of money off of it. And two, the people like ourselves that actually think it can be beneficial for people. And I don't think we're going to win that war, to be honest. I think the Peter Thiels are going to win that war. Why? They've got the money. So the best thing we can do is teach people safety, teach people proper use, and that kind of stuff. That, I think, is the best thing we can do in that situation. Retro Boomer says, Dusty Smith and I used to be friends, but he found out that I liked the movie Revenge of the Nerds and said that I support rape culture and told me to fuck off. Are you serious? Yo, that is not real. Well, when was that, though? Because I know Dusty Smith has... He's gone through a lot of... I don't really keep up with him. I don't, But I know I see him pop up every once in a while, because he's been on here for a while, and so have I. I've been using this website for fucking... Well, this channel, the one you're watching, is fucking 13 years old, and I've been using the website a lot longer, so I've seen him pop up. And every time I see him pop up, he's got a different perspective, and I respect that, at least, so... I gave Doom the click. Excellent. Is Thunderfoot good now? Because, there was this era where Thunderfoot was, going into the Stephen Molyneux, or what is his name? Stefan Molyneux direction. And that's when I noped out of that whole scene. I think I'm almost done catching up. This is a long cue cock, y'all motherfuckers. This is the thing, you gotta ask me a question that is gonna trigger a rant for me. And that's how you extend the show. I don't know if activism is past failure. I don't consider it to be a failure per se. I just, it's good that people are doing that. And I think that those people that like doing canvassing and political campaigning and all that, that's good. If that's their lane, they should stay in that lane. That's not my lane. It's just needless to say. It's just not my lane anymore. I don't really fit there. So my lane is because again, I got no viewers. I have like -7 viewers on a daily basis, right? So, the best thing I can do is get my -7 viewers to change their lives. Because it's like, I'm not going to do anything on a mass scale. If I can get 30 people to fundamentally change their lives, right? And then they can get 1 to 2 people each, that's what I'm after. That's what I want. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with cooking with the bitch is. I'm not inspired at the moment. But I mean it's on the back burner, I'm just not inspired to do it, and I don't want to put myself in a situation, because if I'm being paid, like if someone wants to offer me a contract to do fucking cooking with the bitch on like the Food Network, yeah, I'll get into it for the money. And I'm sure that would spur, if I were able to reach a fucking giant audience, that would spur my inspiration for sure. But as of this moment, it's not like I'm getting paid to do it, right? It's not like, it's just the same people that are going to be watching the other videos, right? So I need to wait until I come up with an idea that's worth doing. You know what I mean? And so I don't want to force it and then have it be crap. And that's, and maybe I'm caught in a loop on that one. Take on space travel, I think it's ridiculous, and billions used on it should be put towards our energy crisis. Wow, that's a loaded fucking question. Jesus Christ, y'all are gonna make me do a 2-hour show here. Fuck me. Fuck. Alright. Space travel should only be government funded. There should not be allowed to be private space travel. SpaceX should disappear. Every private space industry should be merged with NASA or whatever local country's space exploration program. We need to have a unified, publicly funded. I personally believe that NASA should be, I believe it should be like fucking 5% of our budget at the minimum. Maybe even higher. A lot of the greatest technology we've ever discovered has come out of NASA. Has come out of space exploration programs. So my take, I am all in on space travel. But I am all out on private enterprise and capitalism. So like the Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos touring the moon bullshit, fuck all them. I hope they crash. Alright? But I do think space travel is important. I don't think it's a zero-sum game on that. I also think it's easier to lobby for space travel than it is to lobby to solve our actual problems. I genuinely do, right? But I understand the point. I am a huge space nerd. I'd love, again, I want to live as long as possible. Something I don't talk about on my show as much as I'm interested in it. I talk about it sometimes, is the longevity. I'm very interested in longevity science. I'm interested in life extension. Very, very interested. I've been reading a lot about it. I've been studying a lot about it. I want to live a long life, and I want to live an experienced life. One of my goals is to go to another world. I want to go to the moon. I'd love to. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, right? But wow, I'd love to. I don't think it's going to happen, right? But that's like, if it could, if I ever find a way to finagle myself in that situation, I would absolutely do it. That being said, I do not endorse private enterprise or capitalism in general when it comes to space. I think that should all be publicly funded and communal. Renfield looks good. I want to watch it. Oh, Environmental Coffee House, 5 gifted memberships. Holy fuck. I don't know how long ago that was, but thank you. Oh, we got a fucking goddamn super chat from Gamer Man. My fucking chat snapped to the bottom. What can the left do for meaningful change? I don't know, man. Like rewind. I think I already mined that vein today. Yeah, Tyler's got a birthday coming up. I suggest, if you have the money, I don't know how much money you're willing to spend on alcohol. I suggest buying a nice bottle of vodka or whiskey. If you've never had alcohol before. I mean, the first time I had alcohol was on my 21st birthday because I had no friends. I'm a loser, so it's not, it's not like I could ask my friend to buy me booze or anything. I had no friends. I'm a loser, so you might have already had alcohol. I don't know, but my recommendation is, and I don't mean extravagant. I'm talking about $30-$40, we're not talking about top fucking whatever. I'm just saying nice, not garbage, but nice. Yeah, as far as community and communal organizing goes, you need to find a group of people that are extremely dedicated. Because if you get a bunch of people that are only a little dedicated, then that shit's going to fall apart fast. The amount of fuel it takes to put those things into the air is disgusting. I agree with that, but I also agree with banning planes. Right? Like, think about it in a situation where it's like, I'd rather ban planes than ban rocket ships. Nobody needs to get from New York to California in like a fucking couple hours. No one needs that. You might think you do. You might think, oh, I gotta get to that meeting. No, you don't. We don't need planes. Hey, maybe that one might be controversial. I'm down. I'm down to take the heat from this controversy. I'd rather ban planes than ban rocket ships. As long as the rocket ships are publicly funded and communal. The crisis is one of political will. Exactly, Mila. It's that metaphor I used earlier, but attach that to the complete society. Right? We were served a cupcake. The person who baked it told us ahead of time it was poisonous. We ate it anyway. They gave us the antidote. And we stared at the antidote until we die. That's America. That's humanity, not just America. The solution is literally the solutions for all of our issues were discovered like 40 years ago. Like, let's be honest here. Like 40, 50 years ago, we pretty much solved all of this stuff. Now, again, the solutions are being more refined over time, and we got a lot of time to really work on it. But we could have started this ball rolling 50 years ago, and we didn't. So what is up, Tetrasan? You joined right at the end, unless I keep getting more questions. Who the fuck wants to live longer? I do. God damn it, y'all motherfuckers gotta calm down. See, I know why other people on here only read super chats. One, because they love to discriminate against the poor viewers, but also because, goddamn, catching up with this shit. I like to read every message, At least at the end. You know, when I'm doing the main part of it, I don't. I mean, who wants to live in a nursing home forever? That is not at all what I mean. If you have ever heard of the concept of blue zones, this is a geographical and food-related concept of places in the world where people eat really high-quality foods and are nutritionally healthy. In blue zones, there are 95-year-olds that can climb mountains. I read a story about a 95-year-old hiker, and every day they walk up and down a mountain. 95 years old. They're like a shepherd or whatever, and they go up and down a mountain every day. Maybe they take the weekend off. I don't know, but that's what I'm talking about. The only Twilight I care about is Twilight Zone. How can you motivate people to do something en masse? I don't think you can. I think that that's just magical thinking. Like the idea that we could find a way to get everyone spurred into action to do something good, I think that's magical thinking. I do. If we ban planes, we go back 200 years? I don't think so. Nothing will change until something catastrophic happens. I disagree, Environmental Coffee House. Because the catastrophes are already here and they happen every day. And people aren't doing anything. We're regressing as a society and as a culture. We are getting dumber and lazier as a global society and culture as the catastrophes pile up. I mean, think about it. Like, a majority of Americans know someone who's been shot. You know, the phrase they love to use, as experienced gun violence. Right? A majority of people in this country know someone who has experienced gun violence. I mean, I guess maybe they haven't been shot, but they've dealt with bullets in the air, I guess, right? And what has happened? Nothing, right? So, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm too much of a doomer. I'm sorry. What happened to the red pen? It's somewhere. I was using it to write, and I don't know where I left it. Shit. Just trying to fucking get to the end. I just want to get to the end. Twilight Zone better than Black Mirror? I think they're both good. I love Black Mirror. And I love Twilight Zone. I know that they're similar in scope and concept, but I don't think they really need to be compared. The time period is so different that it deals with different kinds of stories altogether, you know? Yeah, I think you can accelerate political change individually through art. I think art is the number one way to accelerate political change. That's my opinion. But I'm also an artist, so I'm biased. Hey, Angie. Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Jesus Christ. That's a good update. God damn. I haven't seen the Jordan Peele Twilight Zone yet. I know. I'm a fucking uncultured slob. But I'm saving it. I want to save it for the rewatch. That is to say, I want to rewatch the original Twilight Zone and then watch the Jordan Peele version. They're marching today. Well, let me know how it goes if you'd like. I'm sure that there's going to be pictures, so I'd be happy to promote that tomorrow. Without much access to most modern medicine and the other things we are told keep us alive. Yeah, blue zones, exactly. Hanging thief. If we're talking about like how blue zones, people live longer in blue zones without modern medicine than people with modern medicine. You moved across the USA? Yeah, same. North Carolina's a fucking shithole. Actually, that's good news as far as I'm concerned, Angie. So, yeah, fuck North Carolina, man. That state fucking blows. But yeah, modern medicine is great for acute medical issues like a heart attack. Modern medicine, boom. But the problem with modern medicine is that there is zero when it comes to modern medicine. In fact, I'm not even going to lie, at least in America, modern medicine has a negative, because America, a mafia owns our medical industry. Our system in this country is owned by a mafia. A gang has owned it. So our medical industry has negative effect on prevention. They want you to have heart attacks more and more so they can save you and you can rely on them and be reliant on prescription drugs. So that's the problem with modern medicine in the US, is they teach you lies, essentially. Sugar is good for you. Bread is good for you. Cereal is good for you. Alcohol is good for you. They lie to you so that you get sick, and then you waltz into their door through the emergency room, and then they cure you. Now, I believe that we need to combine holistic medicine and modern medicine to create a synthesis that provides preventative care and acute care at the same time. That's my approach, in my opinion. And I don't know about other countries, you know. I don't know about other countries and their medical system, but in America, it's just straight up a mafia, a gang controls our healthcare system in this country. So, you know. There's a common myth that alcohol is healthy in small doses, but no one ever explains how or why that is the case, right? Then you have like the fucking resveratrol or whatever it is, the fucking red wine is good for you because of this chemical, and it's like, how about you just eat a grape, you know? Now the only instance where I believe alcohol could theoretically be beneficial is if you're under a high stress situation. But the better thing to do is to get out of the high stress situation, right? But our country, our culture is designed around forcing people to be high stress all the time, to the point where, yeah, maybe having a glass of wine is better than having the cortisol destroy your fucking bloodstream, right? So, right, we're at a situation. I say this, if your fucking kid gets hit by a car, feel free to have a bottle of booze. That might help your situation. It might hurt it, right? Also, But that's a theoretical scenario where alcohol could pot. Now, I would prefer weed in any case in that scenario, right? But theoretically, alcohol would do less damage than the cortisol and emotional stress. But that's not for everybody. But again, there's this myth out there that like, yeah, having a glass of wine every day is not that bad, you know? Like the guidelines for alcohol consumption. Have you ever looked this up? The guidelines for alcohol consumption is 2 drinks per day. That's guidelines. That's alcohol guidelines of the United States. Is 2 drinks a day? Like that's how, if you drink less than that, you're told you're good. That's healthy. If you drink more than that, you're an alcoholic. That's what we're at in the US. If you look up alcohol guidelines, how much alcohol can I have a day? You will see articles that tell you 2 drinks a day. Now again, depending on your metabolism, which again, 93% of Americans have metabolic dysfunction, so their metabolism is garbage, so they're not going to be able to metabolize the alcohol properly anyway, right? But if you've got a really good metabolism, you're super healthy, and you want to have a drink on the weekend, it's Friday, you know, I got home from work, let's pour myself some scotch. Just one. That's great. That's fine. Well, I don't know about great, but that's fine, you know. The psychological boost. You know, there's all kinds of ways that it could theoretically be a decent thing. But the idea that you have to, that it is a guideline or a healthy guideline or a health guideline in any case, that you should have less than 2 drinks a day, that's insane to me. That's insane. Now, again, I say this, I like alcohol more than the average person, I think. I have had extreme addiction issues with alcohol in the past, so I try to stay away from it most of the time. But, you know, I'm not sober. I'm not one of those fucking freaks that's like, I haven't touched booze in 70 years, but you fucking eat donuts every day, right? I'm not one of those motherfuckers, right? So I'll have alcohol now and then. But, like, you know, I think most people have a propensity for addiction. And again, when you're told drinking less than 1 or 2 drinks a day is healthy, you know, that's a little weird. Anyway. Wow, holy shit, I'm hungry. So, see y'all later. Thank you all for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Is my fast over? I'll be providing an update on that, in the future. I'm doing more research in fasting, and I want to present, more of a synthesis on it. But anyway, but yes, the answer is yes, for now. But yeah, that's the end of the show. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to go eat some food, and, that's it. I appreciate you all for watching. That was a long instance of Q-Cock, but, you know, there you go. And, hopefully I've triggered everyone a little bit. That's the thing, you know, stress. People always say stress is bad for you. Stress is bad for you. Do this to stop stress. Stress is actually good for you in small doses. So, someone watches my show, they get triggered by one thing, but it's not that bad, you know? There you go. There you go. I don't want anyone to get triggered and then like, "Wah!" and then they fucking unsubscribe. That's a little too much. That's an unhealthy dose of stress. But, god damn it, I'm already starting again. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.